Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to use Caron 1 pound yarn in 2 different colors, and the yarn is in size 4. Use a crochet hook in size 4. Alright, so I'll start by making a slip knot, and then I will chain 20. Now on the last chain from the hook I'll make a slip stitch. Of course, make sure that your chain is not twisted. Then join with a slip stitch. Well, you end up with something like this. And now I will chain 3. And right here through this loop we'll make 34 double crochet. In the end we'll have 35 because we will count this 3 chain already as 1 double crochet. So we'll have 35 double crochets in total. Okay, now I have 35 double crochets. In case you're wondering why I made 35 double crochets on camera, it's because I have people here who actually don't speak English, and that's how they actually can tell how many I made. I can't do this for every project, but I try to do it sometimes. So now to finish off this first row, right here through this 3rd chain, I'll make a slip stitch. I'll chain 1, then I'll cut this yarn. Even though I hate weaving the ends in, I still end up using different colors and making extra work for myself, but I think it makes it look much better when there's more colors. Try to even this out. Now I'm going to use this pink yarn. Of course, I'll make a slip knot. Then right here, through that same chain, I'll insert my hook. Then I'll use this pink yarn. And now, again, I will chain 3. Now right there through that same chain, I will make 1 double crochet. Through the next chain, again, I'll make 2 double crochets. Through the next chain, I'll make 1 double crochet. Through the next chain I'll make 2 double crochet. So as you can see, I'm carrying this yarn for a few rows. You know, that will actually save me a lot of time, so I don't have to weave a lot of ends in, because I can just trim this later on. Again, now in the next chain I'll make 1 double crochet. In the next chain 2 double crochet. In the next chain 1 double crochet. In the next chain 2 double crochet. Usually I trim these things later on, but I'm just going to trim them now so you guys can see. Well, most of you probably already know this, but for the ones that don't know. Okay, now again in the next chain 1 double crochet. In the next chain 2 double crochet. In the next chain 1 double crochet. In the next chain 2 double crochet. In the next chain 1 double crochet. In the next chain 2 double crochet. So we are increasing on every second chain. So now that you guys know that in one chain we make 1 double crochet, in the next chain 2 double crochets, I'm just going to finish this on the camera still, but I won't be repeating myself. So we just repeat this throughout row 2. Okay, so now to finish off this row 2, right here through this third chain, I'll make a slip stitch. Now I'll chain 1 and I'll cut this yarn. See here, the beginning, it looks kind of bad. First I actually wanted to cut the yarn after I made a circle and then do this, but then I actually plot against it. Now I wish I did that. So if you don't want to make this line so visible here, see? Then it's better for you to cut this after you finish the first chain. Even though you're going to still use the same yarn, you know, yarn in the same color, you just don't want this bump here to be so obvious. Although it might get covered with the next circle. So we'll see. Oh my goodness, it's going to be amazing. I don't have to weave many ends in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this yarn again. Now we're going to do something different. So I'm going to still start by making a slip knot, and then I will chain 20, and now again I'll start by making a slip knot. Again I will chain 20, Then I'm going to leave like a few inches long here. Then I'm going to cut this yarn. See, we chain 20, but trust me, it will not work other way, so I have to make it work like this. So now I'm going to insert this chain through this loop. Make sure it's not twisted. Make sure it is not twisted. Then right here through this last chain, I will make a slip stitch. And then I'll chain one. If you didn't cut this yarn, it actually you will not be able to pull it through here, and then it will be all messy. So you really have to do this step. I know it's going to be more work, but you know, it won't work other way. So now I'm still going to use this yarn. So now everything that we have done in this first circle, we're going to repeat through this chain. Okay? So right here through this loop, through this big loop actually, I'll insert my hook. Then I will chain 3. Again, now we need to make 35 double crochets in this loop, but this 3 chain here already counts as 1 double crochet. Now we need to make 34 more double crochets. So now that we have 35 double crochets, right here through this third chain, I'll make a slip stitch. Now I'll just chain 1 and I'll cut this yarn. So now we have 1 more row. So I'll start by making a slip knot. Then right here through that same chain, I'll insert my hook. Then I insert my hook through this loop. I'll chain 3. Then through the same chain, I'll make 1 double crochet. In the next chain, I'll make 1 double crochet. In the next chain, 2 double crochet. In the next chain, 1 double crochet. In the next chain, 2 double crochet. in the next chain 1 double crochet, in the next chain 2 double crochet, in the next chain 1 double crochet, in the next chain 2 double crochet, let me just trim this. So as you can see, I'm basically repeating the second row from here. So in one chain we're making 1 double crochet, and in one chain 2 double crochet. So we are increasing on every second chain. So now again, to finish row 2, right here through this third chain, I'll make a slip stitch. I'll chain 1 and then I'll cut this yarn. Don't worry about this, we'll fix this later on, okay? But for now, we're just going to finish making a bunch of these circles. So I'm going to show you how to make a chain here, and then the rest of it is everything the same. Basically this is the same too, it's just that, you know, I want to tell you how to do it. And everything else should be the same. So just repeat rows 1 and 2. So again, I'll chain 20. I also want to clarify something. I want to show you why you have to cut the yarn before you join this chain through the circle. So I'll just tell you why. Okay, so I'll insert my hook right here, and then through this loop, pull through. Let's say we're trying to join this. You see this strand of yarn? It's just almost impossible to do it this way. So if I try to join it this way, see, we're gonna have a chain plus this string plus this yarn strand here, and we don't want that. So that's why we need to cut this yarn first before we move to the next step, okay? I actually didn't even know that until I just tried it myself, so. Make sure the chain is not twisted. Then right here to this last chain, I'll make a slip stitch. I'll chain one, then I'll pull this yarn through. And now all you have to do is repeat rows 2 and 3. As I said earlier, don't worry about these things flapping back and forth. I'll figure out what to do as I'm making this scarf. So we'll see. But till then, just continue making these circles. Like make a bunch of them, depending how long you want your scarf to be, really. So I'm finally done with this scarf. So let me just count how many circles I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. So I have 34 of these circles or chains, however you call it. It reminds me of some of the paper Christmas decorations my oldest sister used to make a long time ago for holidays. There are a lot of ends to weave in, but guess what? It's not going to be tough this time because I carried the yarn, remember? And one of the viewers actually asked me why don't I carry the yarn, and I'll tell you in a minute why. So in this case I did carry the yarn, but usually I don't like to carry the yarn because, see, especially if you use different colors, you can see it through, you see? That's one reason. The second reason is, well, most of the time where you carry the yarn, especially if you have 2 or 3 strands, it feels like more bulky, you know, like it feels like there's a bump in here compared to this part here, like it's very smooth here, and here you can feel the bump. So that's the second part. Now the third and most important reason why I don't tend to carry yarn is because after a while, you know, let's say if you wash your hat or whatever thing you made and you carry the yarn, well, after a while these strands, they tend to come out, like not all together but one by one. They just, let's say they are right here in this stitch, well, they sometimes somehow they come out through this one. Let me just show you. Sometimes they just pull out this way and then it's just hanging out. So that kind of goes on my nerves, so that's why I don't carry the yarn. Now I do agree it's easier. You have way less ends to weave in, and for some things it works, but for some it doesn't, especially if you find it annoying when the ends come out. So those are the 3 reasons why I don't carry the yarn. However, I did carry it for this project. Okay, so now since I carry the yarn, I'm just gonna make sure it's right there on the back like this, and I'm just gonna trim it. I'm still gonna have to weave some ends in, and I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, let's say here for this last row I'm going to have to weave these ends in because I couldn't carry this because this was the last row. So let's go to another one. It took a while to make this. It's a lot of double crochets, so we just trim these tails. So let's see, like here for example, see in front we have these strands right here in front, so we're just gonna pull them in the back, okay, before we trim them. So okay, I'm gonna trim the rest of them off the camera because otherwise for the next 10 minutes I'll be trimming on the camera. So I'll do this one. Okay, hold on, which one should I do? It's like a lot of them, but we're not done yet, guys. There are like a couple more steps. Okay, so just keep trimming them. But for here, for the last one, don't trim it because we have to weave these ends in, because otherwise everything will fall apart. Trust me. Let's say if you trim it right here, everything will come out loose, and all the work that you put into this scarf is gonna go to waste. Okay, guys, so I trimmed all the ends in and I weaved some of the ends in. So this is what we have. I would not leave this as it is. I don't think it looks good this way. So what we're going to do is make sure to pick the right side here. Now we're going to sew these circles together. Well, they're already attached, as you can see. But let me just zoom in very quickly. See? Put the first one flat like this, and then we shape another one just like that. And you can't do this all at the same time. You're gonna have to do it as you go. See? Now I'm already using a yarn needle. Just gonna make a trying to finish up while my son is having his dinner. He's on his high chair. Okay, so now we are going to sew these two sides. See, here and there. So don't forget to shape them though. We're going to try to do this as gently as possible. So far I just have 3 stitches that I joined. Now let's do the 4th one and we should be done here. As I told you guys, there's going to be a lot of sewing. So I've already sewed these two on the right side. Now I'm going to sew the ones on the left side. Okay? Make sure to shape them nicely. Trim this again. So we are done the first one. Now for the second one, again we'll shape it nicely, and then we use the third one. We shape the third one nicely. Just twist it a little bit and you'll get hidden under. Now we're going to sew together 2 and 3 on the right side and 2 and 3 on the left side. I'm going to show you how to do this one, and then for the rest of them I won't be talking. So we sewed 2 and 3 on the right side, and now we're going to sew together this 2 and 3 on the left side. So those 3 are attached, 1, 2, and 3 together. Now we're going to work with 3 and 4. I won't be talking from now on. So yeah guys, we just continue attaching the right side and the left side. So 1 with 2, and then 2 with 3, 3 with 4, and 4 with 5, and so on. Okay guys, so I'm finished now, and my work measures around 78 inches. And of course now it's adjustment time. Now I'm going to tell you a few things that went wrong. Well, remember when you made this chain, I think it was of 20, because I started this scarf like a few days ago. It really took a long time to make it, because it looks like, of course we're just making double crochets, but it was very time consuming. So remember when we made that chain of 20? Well, here on this circle here, and the one right here, when I made a chain, I made it loose. It wasn't intentional, but by mistake I made it loose. Once I figured it out, for the rest of my circles I actually made a chain tightly. I think it's better if you make a tight chain, because it's easier to control it. Because if you made like one of these chains loose and one tight, it's not going to work, because some of these circles are going to look bigger. You can see here, this one looks much bigger than this one here, or this one here, or these here. And another thing that I wanted to point out to you guys is, well, even though this scarf looks really pretty, you know, see, it's like very nice, like it looks very interesting to me, there is something I don't like about it. As my daughter says, it's not my cup of tea. It's kind of too stiff for my taste. You know, it looks very nice overall, but when you touch it, when you feel it, it just feels too stiff for my taste. If you guys can think of something that won't make this stiff, you know, let us know in the comment section. You know, I'm sure we all like to see. I mean, I won't be making this again, but just, you know, if anybody else want to try it out, I think that information will be helpful. So yeah, it measures around 78 inches. I like the idea of it. I like how it looks. I just don't like how it feels. I like when they're like more soft to touch. So yeah guys, that is all for today, and thank you so much for watching.